Here's a bold and impactful development in the world of competitive swimming. World Aquatics has agreed to a $4.6 million settlement with former International Swimming League (ISL) athletes who filed a lawsuit over past disputes. But here's where it gets controversial. This settlement addresses grievances dating back several years and raises important questions about athlete treatment and organizational accountability. The agreement was reached in the U.S. District Court of California, where World Aquatics, formerly known as FINA, agreed to create a fund of $4.6 million. This money is earmarked to compensate swimmers who signed contracts to compete in the ISL event held in Turin in 2018, as well as participants from the 2019 ISL season. The settlement aims to correct financial wrongs experienced by many athletes who felt they were unfairly denied their earnings. World Aquatics President Hussein Al-Musallam acknowledged the lengthy nature of the lawsuit, explaining, "This lawsuit stems from the previous FINA leadership, and unfortunately, it has been a drawn-out matter for many years. Nevertheless, I am glad we can finally take responsibility and make a meaningful payment to these swimmers, many of whom were let down badly. It would have been unjust to let them continue enduring financial hardship." And this settlement reflects World Aquatics' ongoing dedication to supporting and growing swimming worldwide. The lawsuit was initially spearheaded by top swimmers Tom Shields and Katinka Hasu, who became the named plaintiffs. However, it was the ISL's ownership and management who largely financed and pushed the legal proceedings forward. Renowned attorney Jeffrey Kessler, known for his significant role in the NCAA versus House lawsuit, represented the athletes in this case. Although the settlement awaits judicial approval, anticipation is high among the swimming community. However, this is not the end of all legal challenges between World Aquatics and the ISL. A separate antitrust case remains active, with an 8-day jury trial scheduled for January 12 to 22, 2026. Both lawsuits date back to 2018 and revolve around claims that World Aquatics unlawfully restricted swimmers from competing in events outside its jurisdiction. The ISL contends that by threatening swimmers with sanctions, World Aquatics hindered its ability to attract elite talent and operate as a competitive league. One of the pivotal points in the lawsuit alleges that the 2018 Energy for Swim meet in Turin was cancelled because of restrictions imposed by World Aquatics. The swimmers argue that due to these actions, they were deprived of at least $3.3 million in appearance fees and prize winnings. Not only for that specific meet, but also for other potential ISL events that could have been organized if the governing body had not interfered. The ISL itself had a brief but impactful existence, running 3 seasons, starting with 7 meets in 2019. Expanding to 13 events in 2020 and 18 in 2021. However, in 2022, the league canceled its planned 4th season, citing the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and subsequently ceased operations permanently. Many athletes have reported they never received their full compensation from the league. The lengthy legal battle led by Shields and Hasu saw a setback in early 2023. When a lower court ruled in favor of World Aquatics, but the athletes and ISL jointly appealed that decision in June 2023. Fast forward to September 2024, the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals unanimously agreed that the allegations were substantial enough for the case to continue against World Aquatics. Moreover, the ISL itself sued its former law firm, Farella Braun Martel, accusing them of professional negligence and breaches of duty related to the handling of the antitrust case. This ongoing legal drama adds another layer of controversy as it questions the quality of legal representation the ISL received. So, who exactly stands to gain from this $4.6 million settlement? Detailed information about the distribution plan hasn't been fully disclosed, and records of all the athletes linked to the canceled 2018 Turin event are incomplete. However, we do know the exact roster of participants in the 2019 ISL season, which largely overlaps with the 2018 event's intended competitors. During the 2019 season, a total of 251 swimmers earned at least 1 point in the competition. If the funds were split evenly among these athletes, each swimmer could expect around $18,300. That said, the named plaintiffs Tom Shields and Katinka Hasu would almost certainly receive a larger portion of the settlement as a recognition of their leadership in the lawsuit. For context, World Aquatics proudly highlighted in their announcement that in 2024 alone, they distributed $7.1 million in prize money to swimmers, and athletes collectively earned more than $11 million through various aqua events. These figures are historic highs in the Federation's 116-year history, indicating a growing investment in the sport and its athletes. And this is the part most people miss. While the settlement seems like a win for swimmers, the broader conflict exposes a tense relationship between athletes, leagues like the ISL, and governing bodies like World Aquatics. Questions remain about how much autonomy swimmers truly have, and whether current systems fairly reward their efforts. What do you think? Does this settlement finally deliver justice to the athletes, or does it merely scratch the surface of deeper issues in competitive swimming? Could the impact of this case shape future governance and athlete rights in aquatic sports? We invite you to share your views and join the conversation below. Your perspective matters in this ongoing debate. In this story, key figures include Katinka Hasu and Tom Shields, who stand out not just as top athletes, but also as advocates for swimmer rights. Their dedication illustrates how individual voices can challenge powerful institutions. Braden Keith, the editor-in-chief and co-founder of SwimSwam.com, brings you this comprehensive coverage, leveraging years of experience to help readers understand the evolving landscape of swimming. Stay informed, stay engaged, and don't hesitate to dive deeper into the story as it continues to develop.